first of all, thank you so much for coming back. It's this weekend is historic for our program, and to have so many alumni back in support of it, in celebration of it, is so appropriate. So, and I know there is never ever a convenient time to come and invest in the weekend. But for those that have carved it out and come, and I think the furthest was from Japan, is that correct?
Wow. Mm-hmm.
We had one from Japan, one, there was another overseas? Croatia. Awesome, awesome. So we so much appreciate the sacrifice you made to come here. And what's really clear is that you continue to make the sacrifices. What we also know is that this weekend does not happen unless all of you had already made the sacrifices and invested in this program. Everybody here is connected to what happened this weekend, what happened yesterday. You are all connected to it in a very special way. Because what our guys enjoyed, again, what we experienced last night, and not just for us, but the city of Louisville, and what they experienced, had everything to do with you and where it started from. And we understand that. We appreciate that. The one thing that we continue to tell our guys is, look, we're here because we're simply standing on the shoulders of those that have come before us. So again, not only are we thankful that you're here, but we're so thankful for what you've done to get us to this point. We are now in a position where, quite honestly, college soccer is very envious of our program and where we're at. And how special is it to be in a place where the rest of the country's looking at you and we're setting the standard. And again, that doesn't happen unless you sacrifice and you play on Parkway Field, right? With the with the hand grenades coming, right, and the divots, and I don't know what else you were trying to avoid, but it doesn't come unless Claudio, right, takes the initiative and says, hey, look, I'm passionate about the game and we got to get this going. And listen, we're playing on the best field in college soccer by far. But that comes because, again, of the sacrifices you made to play on some of the fields, simply because of the passion you had for the game and, quite honestly, the love you had for each other. And I heard some of the stories last night, and Dan Kessler was telling us about some of the bus rides. And with the kids here, I can't. It only comes out of love. So again, first of all, and first and foremost, thank you for, and this is clearly the most alumni that we've had back. It is clearly the most by far. It's the biggest alumni games that we've had. I'm so glad that we didn't need Steve Holscher, our trainer, or any of the trainers out there. It was safe as well. But it was pretty awesome that we got Card Hartford as well. To start this all off, I also want to make sure I thank Dan Kessler, who, he didn't know this, but we voted him president. So yeah, that's good. We sat with him this summer.
All in favor of keeping him?
Yes, that's basically how it happened.
We're done. Next term. Good, the next term.
That's basically how it happened. We were sitting there at a table, and at the end of the conversation, we said, "Guess what? You're president of this, right?" And then he put a group of people together: Matt Hawkins, Sam Toyaga, Justin Prather, and Jimmy Craig. If we can give them a round of applause. Our hope was this, and I'll be the first to admit, is that we made pretty feeble attempts in the last 8 years to try to get the alumni involved. We just didn't do a good enough job of reaching out and making you feel a part of what was going on. And in our minds, what our hope was that, quite honestly, that the Alumni Association, the Alumni Foundation, wasn't responsible, or we weren't responsible for it, but the alumni was, that they were going to take control of it, because the truth is that whoever is coach here right? Whoever is in place here shouldn't matter, that the alumni should still be self-sufficient, that you guys should be taking ownership of it and growing it and that responsibility for it, that it shouldn't be up to us to dictate what that looks like. And Dan agreed and said, look, we will help, and also one person, David Horn, who's been instrumental in helping Dan get this going, if we can give him a round of applause. It is our hope that the alumni are a self-sufficient organization, that continues to grow, and you make it what you want, and we will help support it. And that these events continue to grow. And with that, again, that passion and the support for our program and what's going on. Our hope is this. Our hope is this, is that what goes on the field, that what happened last night, that you are proud to be alumni. That you're proud that we represent you wherever we go, here on the road, whatever we do, that you are proud of what we're doing and that association. Right? And we hope that we can just continue to support those efforts as you continue to grow it. The mission was this, is one, first and foremost, is we simply wanted to identify the alumni. Because that was one of our biggest issues, is where are they and how do we get in contact with them? And then one of the reasons why we picked the people we did and asked the people we asked to get involved was to identify different eras. So the people here today, what I would ask is this, and I'm sure it's been asked of you so far, is that you continue to reach out, that if there's anybody that isn't in a database that we have, please ask them to go to, I think it's LouisvilleSoccerAlumni.com. And you go on there and you can self-register and put your information in, because we need to grow that database. There are so many out there that we haven't touched or we don't know where they are. So please, if you can help us do that, that's huge. The second thing is we wanted to grow the event. That when we get together, that more people show up. That we have a bigger base of people that are coming together. How awesome is it? Right? How awesome that you get together. And I've been there where you get together after years and it's like you never have left. And those relationships that you rekindle, all right, those are special. And I say this to our guys, look, the success that we're going to experience is wonderful, but it's temporary. The relationships are forever. And that's why we do it. That's why we are here, is to build those relationships. So to come back together and create those events are absolutely awesome. We need to get more people back at the events. You choose when it is, the right time. We'll help you with it. But again, we want to get more people back. And the third thing is this, is we're going to ask you to help us financially, because as blessed as we are to have this, there are certain things that we continue to push the limits on and try to be better than anybody else in the country. And just recently, we had an opportunity. We signed a contract with Adidas. And Adidas came to us and said, not only are we going to give you like the top 3-4 contracts in the country, which is unbelievable, but we want 4 teams to go on international trips, and we're going to support them by giving them $25,000. The men's soccer program is one of them. But they said, we need you to go in the spring. So we look into it. It's about $3,000 a person. With staff and players, it's about a $90,000 to $95,000 trip, and they're giving us $25,000. So I said to the university, I said, wonderful, if you want us to go in the spring, we're going to need some more help. And the university said, we'll help you for another $25,000. So we're up to $50,000 between Adidas and the university, but now we're left between now and March to raise the rest. We've asked the players, and we're going to take responsibility, because I think the players should have a skin in the game, right? They should be responsible for it, so $500 each, they're responsible for it. So we raised another $10,000 through that. So we have between $25,000 and $30,000 left that we got to get it done by March. So it's beautiful that we have a focus to our fundraising now. A definite goal, a definite project, and a pursuit of what we're doing, but we need your help. So what we also know is this, and this, I think this is also important, because we have alumni at different levels and different places in their life right now. We have some that have just been out, right, recently, and some that probably have been out for a while and been very successful. And what we ask is simply give where you're at. And this is important, I think, as well, and for the young guys to hear this, is that to give anything is helpful. And to be supportive of what we're doing. And for those guys that have been out and can give more, you know, please do it. Because again, this trip is not just about, and I'll tell you a little bit more, it's not just about going on an international trip. For any of you that have experienced international trips, it's a lifetime experience. It's a cultural experience. And not only will we benefit from it soccer-wise, we benefit recruiting-wise as well. All right, but beyond that, the life experience of traveling to another country, experience the culture there, is life-changing. And we know that, and it's such an important part of what we do here. We use soccer as a tool, quite honestly. We use it as a tool to help the players learn principles of success so that when they leave here, we're hoping they're playing professional soccer. But if they're not, we still want them to be successful in whatever areas they are. We want them to be successful husbands. We want them to be good fathers. We want them to be important members of their community and be successful in whatever adventure they go. We use the tool of soccer to make that happen. And these things, like the international trips, are not just about the soccer. They're very cultural, very life experiences as well that are important to us. But again, we have to find a way to get it done, because the university has asked us to do it. The timing of it, of the 4 teams, we're simply up. And they said, you know, you need to get it done. So again, we're going to ask you to do that. What Dan has done is put together different levels of giving. And I don't know if you have it here right now, but you can explain that after I'm done. But there's different levels of giving, starting the lowest level
is $20.
20 bucks, and the highest level
Is $1,000.
is $1,000. That's
No limit on the $1,000.
no limit. No limit on the highest level.
It can be more than that.
No limit on the highest level. But what we've done at the levels is there's also some awards or rewards for that. You know, whether it's jerseys or polos or whatever it might be. But there are some benefits that come with the giving level. And what we have as well, we have some retro jerseys. Maybe some of you remember some of these. We have some retro jerseys. For those, and even some that are still sold, right? So they're legit. They're legit. That if you give at least $100, you can pick out one of the retro jerseys today. All right, on top of everything else. So we have some more stored. But if you find your number and you want to grab one of those for at least 100. We're going to also ask Phil from CAF to come and tell you exactly how you can make that donation. All right? My hope is just from this weekend, from the people that are here this weekend, we get a massive head start to making it happen. Again, we absolutely don't want to be waiting until February and figuring out how we're going to do this. The sooner we can do it, the better. And again, it's just another part of helping us get to a place where we're simply the best in the country in everything we're doing. All right? We've made massive strides, and again, so blessed to have a leader like Tom George that has allowed all these things to happen. And how about Dr. Lynn for giving $5 million to build this Taj Mahal? But again, there's areas for us that we still have needs, and we ask that you help participate. Dan, is there anything else you want to add to that?
You got questions?
I want to throw one thing. I'm on the alumni board. One of the biggest rankings one of the biggest advantages this university is getting going in the ACC has nothing to do with athletics. It has everything to do with academic ranking. U.S. News and World Reports, one of the highest things that they use to rank a university is percentage of alumni giving. Okay, so if you have somebody who gives $10 to the university, they are counted as one alum. If somebody gives $10 million, they're counted as one alum. So as you guys run across your own friends and classmates and colleagues that are University of Louisville alum, them making a $10 gift will legitimately move us up the ranking. We started about 2 years ago pushing this. We were at 14% giving, about 13.9. We are at 15.2. If we got up to 18%, we legitimately would go from ranked 161st in the U.S. News and World Report up into the top 50. Just simply getting people to hand that $10. So not only is it important to give here, it's important to give back. If you went to the business school, if you went to the whatever, it doesn't matter which department of the university you give to. So if you're giving here, you're helping the university from an academic standpoint as well.
Excellent. And just a little bit about the trip. Our trip is going to be a spring break trip. We are heading to Madrid. We're going to very likely see Atletico play on one weekend, Real Madrid play on another. We'll play 3 games, and it's also a Champions League week. So Atletico and Real Madrid could be playing games at home at midweek. And I will tell you as well, for some alumni, we have approximately 30 staff and players going. We've held 40 spots. We've held 40 spots. So if there are some alumni or so inclined to join us, that's a possibility as well. And just let me know and we can give you some information on that. All right? It's going to be a pretty cool trip. It's going to be a great trip, great experience. Go ahead.
I wanted to thank Ken and Dave for helping us this weekend, the whole staff as well, all the coaches, Gina here, Ken's wife, having a good time with us as always. It's been great. My wife Shannon last night said, I hope you're enjoying what's going on. And I did until I got on the table or on the chair and had to have fun and get sung to and all that kind of stuff. But as I was up there, I had that moment of looking out and seeing a lot of guys having a really good time. And like I said last night, I played the least amount probably anybody in here. But my friends that I came from soccer have been lifelong friends. So that's why I do this. Because we know as old guys that, yeah, they're playing in this great thing, but they're going to go home and remember their friendships more than anything. So I do want to try to share what I know from my friends, that they do have passion for the sport, they do have passion for UL soccer, that we now need to reconnect that, and reconnect that again, both by knowing who you are, getting you to events, and financially supporting that. Ken and I had a meeting the other day, and he said, you know, it's really important, as he said, we are in this beautiful facility that we all are laughing at because we cannot believe it, because this room alone was the size of the locker room if we even had a locker room. And so we have this, but the program still needs. And so the board got together, and the board is really going to push that financial side of things to help to support the program, because we want this program to become the best soccer program that there is. And if you read any of the articles, the Maryland coach was very flattering to the program and saying that Louisville, as Ken said, is a leading soccer program in the country. And for many of us, that's freaking really hard to imagine. And we can say the same thing for women's basketball and women's softball and all these sports back in the day when women's basketball was at Manual High School, and now look where it is. So they've done that, and our goal is to have this be the biggest, most involved alumni club in all of sports. That's our goal. If you guys know me personally, I try to have big goals. I try to do big things. I try to bring out a big trailer and have lots of fun at a tailgate to wow what we did. And I think we did that. And we didn't do it alone. We did it by you guys coming. So I hope that you leave, as Ken said, tell your friends, former teammates, you got to jump on, as a football coach said, jump on the train, because this thing's going and we're going to make that go. That's how we do it. Drop the mic. That's a walk-off. We're going to do this again. We're going to do it every year. We're going to have try to do something in October again, just to get the guys together. We want to try to get you, if you're in Louisville, come out to more games and do things to try to incentivize you to come out to more games and support them that way. But what we want to do also, as we talk about the donations, I want to make sure that we track what you donate, and I just want to let you know, as a whole, you don't have to announce what you give, and I will not tell anybody what you give because of that. So I just want to make sure we track, so then we, as our board and then our club, can really understand and know how much we're donating and how much we're contributing. So I will be asking you that, and if you say 0, great. If you say 10,000, that's going to be great. I'm not going to say anything from that side of it. But as Ken said, you know, we would have loved to have any donation back in the day to do things and all that stuff. So let's give back. Let's give back to the school and the program that made us best friends and made us educated and go have jobs and have a good time. And most importantly, support the best coach in college soccer, the best program in college soccer as they go on to win a national championship. So thank you guys.
Bill, would you mind talking about how they can donate, how they can make that happen?
Sure, and before we talk about how, just a couple things to remember. It is a donation, so you'll get a tax receipt from us, from the Colorado Athletic Fund each year, acknowledging it. Also, if you're involved with football or basketball season tickets, donations towards the team trip or the soccer program in general will get you CAF priority points. So bowl games, NCAA tournament tickets, all of that helps. The more points, the better. How to donate today, we can take it via credit card. If you contact me, my email is simple, Phil, PHIL at gocards.com, or David, anybody, just to get the information to me. We can do it credit card, check, monthly. We have a lot of people that do that. You know, it's a lot easier to give $30 a month and just have a recurring charge as opposed to writing a $360 check. So that's been a popular way for people to just pay it monthly like you would your cable bill. Any questions in particular about giving, you can ask me. If you'd like to make a donation today, we can take it. But just appreciate, such a great turnout last night and today, and appreciate consideration.
I do want to add to that because a friend of mine asked, in this March, they want to give $1,000, but they're asking if they can give it $250 increments. Is there a time when it needs to be finished by for that? Is it a month? Can they do a 2-month thing? Or?
Yeah, I would say for the trip, because it is right after the year. Let's try to get it in by the end of this calendar year.
Okay.
Sooner the better, obviously. It would help if we have it's a recurring charge. That gives us more than, contact me December 15th. I'll give you $1,000 then. We have a little more to go on then, but try to get it on this calendar year to benefit the trip.